Ladies and gentlemen, Rigathi Gachagua's fate is sealed. I don't know about 2027, but Rigathi Gachagua's hope of succeeding William Samoei Arap Ruto in 2032 and the hope of becoming the next Mount Kenya kingpin is sealed. This past week, two major political events took place in the Rift Valley, and those events sealed the fate of Rigathi Gachagua. The first event was hosted by none other than Oscar Sudi. Oscar Sudi is a close ally of William Samoei Arap Ruto. Oscar Sudi had a major political event in his constituency, and the chief guest was none other than Ndindi Nyoro. Ndindi Nyoro is the person William Ruto is pushing. Let me just read for you some posts which Wahome Thuku posted on his official Twitter handle because it's very interesting. Let me just get it. No, this is what Wahome Thuku posted. Sunday morning recently, Kapsaret MP Oscar Sudi calls Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. He tells the DP that he would like to meet him urgently. The DP tells him to come in the afternoon at current residence because he has other engagements. Sudi insists that he wants to see the DP right away. The other matter can wait. Fair enough, Gachagua slots him for an appointment at midday. Remember, it's Sunday. Remember, Gachagua's wife is a bishop. Sudi drives to the current residence. At the gate, he is stopped by security. He tells them that he has an appointment with the DP. The guards ask him to wait as they confirm with the DP to get clearance, which is the normal procedure. Sudi raises hell. No, hell break loose. The Mheshimiwa runs from the earth to the moon. Even at State House, I don't get questioned. I go in without appointment. Who are you? Wewe ni nani to ask me to wait? Blah, blah, blah. The guards have to do their job, so they ask him calmly to wait for a moment. In any case, if he has the appointment, the DP will clear him. No big deal. No waiting. In 3 minutes, Sudi drives away. The meeting never happened. So in short, on Sunday, because this meeting in Kapsaret constituency where Ndindi Nyoro was the chief guest happened in the course of the week, on Sunday, Oscar Sudi wanted to meet the deputy president. The deputy president was not available. He drove off in disappointment, and that is how Gachagua's fate was sealed. Then another political event that should have caught your attention was the event in Baringo, hosted by my friend Kiborek. Again, Ndindi Nyoro is the chief guest. The biggest question which you should ask yourself, why is it that young MPs and MPs close to William Ruto from the mountain are endorsing Ndindi Nyoro's bid of succeeding William Samoei Arap Ruto? Do you think William Ruto is not aware of the moves? I want to take you back to 2017. Immediately, William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta were elected. William Ruto began moving around the country. Members of parliament from the mountain started visiting him. Why is it now it's different? Instead of the deputy president allowing Mount Kenya MPs or Rift Valley MPs for that matter to start visiting Rigathi Gachagua, he's now creating another center of power. So in this video, I want to explain to you guys why Ndindi Nyoro is actually going to outsmart Rigathi Gachagua with the help of none other than William Samoei Arap Ruto. But before you do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, allow me to dive in. But before I dive in, allow me to also take this opportunity to thank the following people. You are seeing their names on the screen there for the coffee which they sent to me earlier. It goes a long way in supporting the channel. You can also do the same using the numbers you are seeing on your screen. Ladies and gentlemen, why do I strongly believe that William Ruto is frustrating Rigathi Gachagua or sabotaging Rigathi Gachagua, and that it's just a matter of time before Rigathi Gachagua explodes? Let me tell you a story. After 2022 presidential election, William Ruto had the opportunity of forming the government. One of the individuals who were being rumored to be in line for the appointment to the cabinet was none other than Ndindi Nyoro. Ndindi Nyoro was the face of economy as far as Kenya Kwanza campaigns were concerned. He was the one appearing for them in TV interviews. He was the one trying to explain the bottoms-up approach. So generally, there was a conclusion that Ndindi Nyoro was going to be appointed to the cabinet as the cabinet secretary for finance. That did not happen. But instead, William Ruto opted to appoint Ndindi Nyoro as the chair of the budget committee. Why do you think William Ruto did that? Or do you think William Ruto was a fool to allow Ndindi Nyoro to stay in parliament and then appoint him as the chair of the budget committee? The truth of the matter is that William Ruto's scheme of things was simple. He wanted Ndindi Nyoro to continue playing politics, and he also wanted Ndindi Nyoro to have a platform where he can easily interact with the MPs. Any member of parliament who wants development in their area must go to Ndindi Nyoro and they discuss and ensure that during budget making process, project ABC is placed in the budget. That's how political economy operates. So that's the reason why you are seeing most of these MPs trooping to Ndindi Nyoro's office and not Rigathi Gachagua, because the position of the deputy president is actually one of the most, I can say, useless positions we have in the Republic of Kenya. A deputy president works under the president. If the president doesn't want to give him jobs, that's it. But why do I have a strong feeling that Ndindi Nyoro is actually going to outsmart Rigathi Gachagua and emerge as Mount Kenya kingpin and the potential successor of William Ruto in Kenya Kwanza? Number one, Uhuru Kenyatta is no longer going to be a factor for William Ruto as far as Kenyan politics is concerned. The biggest question that we should be asking ourselves is, why do you think William Ruto settled on Rigathi Gachagua in 2022? He settled on Rigathi Gachagua because of Uhuru Kenyatta's factor. William Ruto wanted someone who could fight Uhuru Kenyatta, someone who understood Uhuru Kenyatta, someone who could take the war or the battle to Uhuru Kenyatta's doorstep. I doubt if Ndindi Nyoro had that ball. The only person who was capable of doing that was none other than Rigathi Gachagua, for several reasons. Rigathi Gachagua worked with Uhuru Kenyatta for several years, so it means he understands Uhuru Kenyatta. Number two, Rigathi Gachagua is a former DO, and as a former DO, there's a way he understands some of the political moves, and the fact that he was courageous and he had his own money. The fact that he had money was also enough reason. But in 2027, I don't think William Ruto will need someone because of Uhuru Kenyatta. I doubt. So even if he will maintain or retain Rigathi Gachagua as his deputy, he will do that, but not because Rigathi Gachagua is able to deal with Uhuru Kenyatta, which means after the election, William Ruto is going to continue with his mission of supporting Ndindi Nyoro. In fact, in one of my videos previously, I opined on this platform that Ndindi Nyoro will regret the day he agreed to a truce with Rigathi Gachagua. That's number one. Number two, Rigathi Gachagua's failure to rebrand as a national leader. The truth of the matter is that if you ask any Kenyan, they will tell you that they view Rigathi Gachagua as a Kikuyu leader. He's not. He has failed to rebrand. Because the truth is, in 2022, William Ruto's strategy was simple. Win the Kikuyu votes and the Kalenjin votes and probably some of the Azimio strongholds. Rigathi Gachagua was used to win the Kikuyu votes. He emerged as the defender of the Kikuyu nation, who was going to defend the Kikuyus from Raila Odinga, from Uhuru Kenyatta. After the election, majority expected him now to change from that Kikuyu mentality to a national leader. Let me take you back to 2017. In 2017, Ndindi Nyoro was elected alongside other members of parliament from the Kikuyu nation. Then Ndindi Nyoro, being a young man, came out as the face of the young leaders from the mountain who were out to defend Uhuru Kenyatta. So he penned in one day. So one day, Ndindi Nyoro penned a very hard-hitting article in the Daily Nation. In that article, Ndindi Nyoro justified why Uhuru Kenyatta needed to be a benevolent dictator. He justified that. So when the tides changed and Uhuru Kenyatta entered into the handshake with Raila Odinga and Ndindi Nyoro and the rest started feeling the wrath of Uhuru Kenyatta, Azimio supporters or NASA supporters by that time kept on referring him to that particular article. But today, Ndindi Nyoro has successfully rebranded. You no longer see Ndindi Nyoro as a Kikuyu leader. Ndindi Nyoro is actually emerging as the face of reasonable leaders from Kenya Kwanza. Why do you think that's possible? That is possible because William Ruto has advised him that if you want to become the president of the Republic of Kenya, you need Kenya. You need to have that face of a leader. And that's why Ndindi Nyoro, you'll always see Ndindi Nyoro with Babu Owino, Osoro, Jichopevu, Oscar Sudi, Kiborek. You'll see him with, those brand of leaders, so that he's appearing as a national leader. For Rigathi Gachagua, he's busy fighting alcohol. And for Rigathi Gachagua, the only alcohol to be fought is found in Mount Kenya. That's why you are seeing Rigathi Gachagua busy with the coffee.
As we do, there is somebody who will say, be careful in whatever you do. It is good to have a dream, and all dreams are valid. And I encourage all leaders to have ambition and to pursue the ambitions. But we just do so carefully so that we don't create a problem where there is none. This region has come from a bad history of division. And when we were divided, we always found ourselves out of government. In the year 1992, most of our young leaders here were not born, others were toddlers. They may not know. But we'll tell them when we get an opportunity. Through confusion, the people of this great county fronted Kenneth Matiba. The people of Murang'a and Kiambu and part of Nairobi supported him. The people of Nyeri fronted Mwai Kibaki. The people of Nyeri, Nyandarua, Meru, Tharaka Nithi, Embu, Laikipia supported him. Zote tukaanguka, moja kapitia katikati. We did not learn our lessons. In 1997, tukasemama. The same thing kafanyika. Watu ya Kiambu sasa wakatoka kwa Matiba, wakaenda kwa Kibaki, na watu ya Nyeri, watu ya Murang'a wakaenda kwa Charity Ngilu. Tukaanguka. In 2002, we learned our lessons. We learned our lessons. All of us, na sisi tulikuwa tumeleta uhuru pale. And it was a very good strategy. Tukajua tukileta uhuru na Kibaki, hata ukianguka moja yule mwingine anapata. But the people are ahead of us. The whole of this region and the country voted for Mwai Kibaki. Since then, we vote in one block. Even 2013, watu ya Murang'a wakasimamisha Peter Kenneth. Akaambiwa na watu kwa mtandao, utapita, tunaweza make. Siku ya kura, yote kwa Mwai Kibaki, ya kwa Uhuru Kenyatta. Si mnakumbuka? And he was from here. Let me please appeal to our leaders, especially from this region. As your leader, as your father figure, please, let us do everything to unite our people.
Because that is affecting the people of the Rift Valley, of the mountain. He's not bothered about the sugarcane farmers. Because if he were wise, Rigathi Gachagua would today be the face of the reforms in the sugar sector. But he's not doing that. He's busy. Rigathi Gachagua is busy fighting for the rights of the Kikuyu nation. So in short, what is happening is that William Ruto has placed Rigathi Gachagua in a position where he only fights the Kikuyu rights. By that, it simply means that he's emerging as a Kikuyu leader. Why do you think, for example, William Ruto never appointed Ndindi Nyoro as a cabinet minister, but he appointed Alice Wahome from Kandara constituency as a cabinet secretary? The truth is, there is no way Murang'a was going to have two cabinet secretaries. So Alice Wahome had to be appointed so that she could pave way for Ndindi Nyoro in parliament. Because if Alice Wahome was in parliament, Ndindi Nyoro was in parliament, Alice Wahome was going to be the senior most. And that's how politics is played. And William Ruto is playing it real smart. Number 3, the future of the Kikuyu nation. You see, most people believe that William Ruto is going to win in 2027. And even if he were to lose, it simply means he's going to lose to Azimio. In that case, either Kalonzo or someone else, or Raila Odinga, if Raila Odinga were to contest. But for the Kikuyu nation, they're not seeing any opportunity in 2027. So they want to invest in the future, 2032 and beyond. And that's where the problem is for Rigathi Gachagua. Ndindi Nyoro is still very young. So it means if it's a matter of political investment, the Kikuyus would rather invest in Ndindi Nyoro as compared to investing on or in Rigathi Gachagua, who is almost aged. In fact, they believe that Rigathi Gachagua should retire with William Samoei Arap Ruto. The other reason is because of Rigathi Gachagua's brand of politics. If you look at Rigathi Gachagua's brand of politics, it's a very funny brand of politics. Rigathi Gachagua is fighting everybody. The other day, you saw Ndindi Nyoro promising to work very closely with him and swearing allegiance to the president and to the deputy president.
Mheshimiwa Deputy President, mimi kama Ndindi Nyoro na viongozi wote wa Kenya Kwanza tunajua plan ambayo rais wetu wako nayo ya kubadilisha nchi yetu ya Kenya, na tunajua uchumi wa Kenya utabadilika na umeanza kubadilika. The least we can do as leaders ni kushikilia rais wetu, na wewe kama makamu wake ndio mfaulu. Rais wetu wakifaulu kwa maneno ya uchumi, hawa watu ambao ni wadosi wetu wananchi wa Kenya wanafaulu. And that is why we continue saying that we offer the president and you the deputy president our unconditional support as you serve the people of Kenya. And
the team that Ndindi Nyoro had managed to win to his side also apologized. But instead of taking it in stride, Rigathi Gachagua started lecturing some of these people in subsequent rallies. I'm sure that is probably what provoked Ndindi Nyoro to go back again. If you look at Jubilee, Uhuru Kenyatta cannot forgive Rigathi Gachagua. Even in Azimio, there's so many people who view him as divisive. So his brand of politics cannot allow him to be attractive to the Kikuyu nation and to the country. And because of that, Ndindi Nyoro is going to emerge. And lastly, William Ruto fears Rigathi Gachagua, just like Uhuru Kenyatta feared Ruto. And this tree is going to repeat itself. I want you to mark this day. It's going to reach a time in the history of the Republic of Kenya when William Ruto will be telling his team why they should not vote for Rigathi Gachagua. Mark that. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.